You know, making an intro for these mini docs is really hard, honestly. But to put it biasly, if biasly is even a word, I wish I could tell you this story with the Yankees in the thumbnail. But you know what? Let's mock up a thumbnail for the Yankees, all right? All right, so let's put the trophy here. Let's put this there, and then there it is. Look at that. It's a masterpiece. But regardless of my Yankee fantasy at this point, yeah, I'm looking at you, Cashman. 2019 will be defined by a few things: home run, juice balls, and underdogs. And the Yankees like the first two, but not the last one. You see, the underdog name was reserved for the Washington Nationals. You see, on May 24th, the Nationals were at 19 and 31, only ahead of the Miami Marlins. And after being swept by the Mets, and this was before the Steve Cohen era, so that's a little embarrassing. After being swept by the Mets, the media was all over this Nationals team. People wanted Dave Martinez, the manager of the Nationals, out. They said that the Nationals should have a fire sale, getting rid of Max Scherzer and Anthony Rendon. But Mike Rizzo, who was the president of baseball operations and general manager, he took a chance on this team. And with key players coming back from the IL, they had a chance, a small chance, to turn it around. In fact, they took 3 out of 4 of the Marlins series they had after being swept by the Mets. And being at 22 wins and 32 losses, they had a less than 0.1% chance to lift the commissioner's trophy. But, like the saying goes,
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Bright Pinstripes channel. I am Sam Guzman, and this is the Bright Pinstripes, where I make mini documentaries like the one today that you're about to listen to, and I also make podcast episodes where I talk about baseball and everything that goes on around the league, especially the Yankees. While you're here, like and subscribe. Share this with your friends. I'm telling you, there's a lot more here for you. And if you don't like it, then you can unsubscribe later. It's totally free. Now, back to the video. So, before we dive into the rest of the season, let's review the talent. Because if you're going to make a comeback of this magnitude, you have to have some star power. Well, they did. They had one of the best pitchers in the league in Max Scherzer. You had 2009 first pick Steven Strasburg, who, after having so many injuries over the years, he showed that he can be great when he's healthy. You also had a 20-year-old Juan Soto, coming off a 2018 year where he finished second in Rookie of the Year voting to Ronald Acuna Jr. You also had shortstop Trey Turner, who came off a season stealing the most bases in National League. And you had the star of their lineup, Anthony Rendon, who finished 11th and 6th in the last 2 MVP races and led the league in doubles in 2018. You also had guys like closer Sean Doolittle, starter Patrick Corbin, first baseman and longtime national Ryan Zimmerman, who was the franchise's first draft pick ever, and Howie Kendrick, who will be important later. So now all they got to do is win. Hard, but they can do it. So, after taking 3 out of 4 of the Marlins, they swept a 2-game series against the Braves. They took 2 out of 3 from the Reds, and then swept a 2-game series versus the White Sox. And then at the All-Star break, they were 47 and 42. All right, there's a chance. Like the saying goes.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
So after the All-Star break, they caught fire and had a record of 46 and 27, finishing 93 and 69, claiming the wild card spot and home field advantage. They had the first the Brewers, but they had Max Scherzer on the mound. Their ace, the guy. But in the first inning, Max Scherzer gave up a first inning 2-run home run. Then in the second gave up a solo shot. It didn't look good. But in the third, Trey Turner hit a solo shot, making it 3-1 Brewers. The Nationals would threaten, but come up empty. But in the bottom of the eighth, down 3-1, the Nationals decided to wake up with 2 outs. And who comes to bat? Anthony Rendon, tying run. He is the guy. So he walked. But sometimes a walk is better than a hit. So with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the eighth, a 20-year-old kid named Juan Soto comes to the plate. What is he gonna do? What can he do? The biggest at-bat of his career. Let's watch.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Line drive, base hit to right. That'll score 1. That'll score 2 as the ball gets away from Grisham and right. That's going to score 3 runs. And the Washington Nationals have the lead. They got Soto hung up. They tagged him out, but nobody in this joint cares.
3 runs score on the play. The Nationals.
You see, baseball is filled with crucial moments, do or die moments. And that right there was a do or die moment. And Trent Grisham misplacing or giving up an error right there sent the Nationals to the NLDS. But also Christian Yelich being hurt sent the Nationals to the NLDS. Because if Christian Yelich is there, that error is not made. But that error doesn't matter anymore. The Nationals don't care about that anymore. They're on to the NLDS, where they would have to face the LA Dodgers. Well, it was a nice little run, nice little victory for the Nationals. But the Dodgers won 106 games along with the NL West title and had the 2019 MVP Cody Bellinger with a multitude of All-Stars. The way it looked like it was going to be a massacre. And it definitely looked that way when they got blown out 6-0 in Game 1. But in Game 2, they fight back, winning a close one 4-2. Then the Dodgers showed off how they won 106 games, winning 10-4 in Game 3. So it's elimination time. Game 4 with your ace on the mound. And besides giving up a first inning home run, the Nationals cruised to a 6-1 victory. So now Game 5, one of the most crucial games of this series, is now upon us. So, what would happen? Well, in Game 5, you would have Walker Buehler for the Dodgers and Steven Strasburg for the Nationals. The Dodgers jumped on Strasburg in the first with a double by Jock Peterson, then a 2-run shot from Max Muncy. Then Kike Hernandez hit a home run in the second to extend their lead to 3. It did not look good for this team. It looked like they were just gonna give up. Not give up, but just give massacre. But the Nationals finally got on the scoreboard when Juan Soto singled Anthony Rendon in. Strasburg will go 6 innings with 3 runs on 6 hits and 7 strikeouts, while Walker Buehler went 6 2/3, only allowing 1 run on 4 hits and giving up 3 walks and hitting a batter. So, now, Clayton Kershaw comes in the game. And if anybody knows about Clayton Kershaw, he's a great pitcher, but when it comes to the postseason, not so good. Clayton Kershaw would come in out of the bullpen. And this is do or die, so you understand. But in the 8th inning, things started to shift. And Anthony Rendon and Juan Soto it looked like they weren't too fond of Mr. Clayton Kershaw.
Rendon in the air to left. Taylor goes back to the wall, and it's gone! Anthony Rendon, a leadoff homer in the 8th, and it is a one-run game. And here's Juan Soto. In the air to deep right center field, and there she goes! We are tied!
It's a tie game, 3-3. Going into the 9th, both teams would go scoreless, so we were going into extras. And so, remember Howie Kendrick, how I said he would be important? Well, with the bases loaded, Howie Kendrick would not just ground out or put the ball into the outfield or, hit the gap. Nah. He aimed for something much.
This is deep to center field. Bellinger's back. It's a grand slam. Howie Kendrick with a 10th inning grand slam to break it open. Wow.
Bigger. 7-4 Nationals. Who would have thought the team with a 0.1% chance to make the postseason would be 3 outs away from going to the NLCS? Well, the Nationals did. And then, with Sean Doolittle, their closer, coming in the 10th to set down the Dodgers, they would advance to the NLCS. It was insane. And it was disappointing for the Dodgers, a 106-win team, going out to the Nationals, who had a 0.1% chance to make the postseason. This was a team of title aspirations, but sometimes your aspirations don't become reality. But what was reality was a Cardinals-Nationals NLCS. And a lot of people thought the luck would run out here. I mean, the Cardinals were 91-71, so they were actually worse than the Nationals, but the Cardinals won their division. So let's see how this turns out. Well, obviously, Cardinals would have a home field advantage, but it seemed like it didn't matter because the Nationals would go out and win Game 1 in St. Louis 2-0, and then beat them again 3-1 in St. Louis. And then back at home, they take Game 3 8-1. And then Game 4, they take it 7-4, going to the World Series. This was insane, unheard of. 0.1% chance to make the postseason. And now they're in the World Series. Now they're in the World Series with the New York Yankees. What? Hold on. Well, let me see. Hold on. I didn't get the memo. I'm just getting this right now. Oh. Seems like Houston walked it off against a Aroldis Chapman. That can't be right. Let me fix my glasses here. Huh. Man. I mean, I guess. I guess I'll believe it. I don't know. Sounds a little, I don't know. It sounds a little funky. Like, I don't know. Need a buzzword for it. Anyways, the Nationals would enter the World Series not favored whatsoever. I mean, again, this was a team that had a 0.1% chance to even be in the dance. Now, they're there. They're at the dance. They are in the center of the dance floor with a team that was better than the Dodgers, winning 107 games. So, how would this turn out? How would this play out? Well, Houston obviously having home field advantage, this series starts out in Minute Maid Park. And it seemed like early on that Houston would dominate. Garrett Cole on the mound versus Max Scherzer. And Max Scherzer would give up 2 runs in the first inning. Again, giving up a 2-run double to Yuri Gurriel. But then, in the top of the second, Ryan Zimmerman hit a home run. Then, in the 4th inning, Juan Soto did something that was very rare and something that was need to see to believe.
Third youngest player, as you saw it, he hit cleanup in a World Series, and he just cleaned up. Wow. Pitch was up. The game is tied, and that's up onto the railroad track atop the wall and left.
He just did I see he took Garrett Cole, a prime Garrett Cole, Houston Astro, didn't lose a decision. Yeah, Sam editing in the building. Yeah, it's me. I'm about to say May 21st. I know it's May 22nd, the last time he lost a decision. So just ignore that, please, and thank you. Back to the video. Enjoy. From May 21st to Game 1 of the World Series, he just took him onto the train track. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Yeah. You need to see it to believe it. And so now the game is tied at 2. And then the Nationals would have a 3-run 5th. And Houston wouldn't be able to score again until the 7th. And then they close it out in the 9th, 5-4. Washington taking a lead in this series. They won in Minute Maid Park. And then in Game 2, the Nationals won Game 2 12-3. They literally slaughtered Houston. What world am I living in? I hate to, beat a broken record, but this was a team. 0.1% chance to be in the dance, and now they're out dancing a team that won 107 games in the center of the dance floor. Well, this series is over. They're going back home. They've taken 2 games against Houston. The momentum is theirs. Why wouldn't they? Well, in Game 3, they only scored 1 run. Houston scoring 4. So 2-1 Nationals. All right, it's okay. They still got this. They're at home. They can still win 2 games, clinch the World Series. Then Game 4, they get slaughtered 8-1. Oh, right, 2-2. Still can win the next 2 games. And then Garrett Cole dominates and they lose 7-1. Wow. Well, we knew that this team wasn't necessarily the best, so you know what? Still a success. This is still a massive success. Well, in Game 6, they had Hakeem Olajuwon throw out the first pitch, by the way, to Clyde Drexler. Crazy. I just thought I'd note that. That's kind of cool. The Nationals would get out to a early 1-0 lead just for Houston to take the lead 2-1. But after giving up those 2 runs, something unleashed in Steven Strasburg. He would not be taken out of this game until 1 out into the 9th inning. He shut out the Houston Astros for 8 innings. It was insane. And trust me, he got the run support too. He definitely got the run support because the Nationals would put up 7 runs in this game. They would have 5th inning home runs from Adam Eaton and Juan Soto. And Soto may have gotten a little excited because earlier in the game, Alex Bregman hit a home run and carried his bat to first. Well, Juan Soto doesn't like to
That is hit in the air to right and way out of here. Wow. And now Soto carries his bat down to the first base coach, Tim Bogart. And Juan...
His coach may have not liked it, but he liked the fact that they were taking the lead. The Nationals were swinging the momentum their way and would close out this game 7-2. So, Game 7. Game 7 of the World Series, the biggest dance of them all. It's insane, the fact that the Nationals are here. It's only the 40th time that the World Series has reached a Game 7. And the Astros have been in a Game 7 World Series before. In 2017, they were there, and they won. So, particularly, this game was not in the favor of the Nationals. So, it would be Max Scherzer versus Zach Greinke. This was it. This was it right here. So, it would be a scoreless first for Washington and Houston, but of course, Houston's got to ruin the fun, and Yuri Gurriel would hit a home run in the second inning. Gave him an early 1-0 lead. Carlos Correa then would add on a run in the fifth, hitting a 2-out RBI single. 5 innings of play, and it's 2-0 Astros. Doesn't look good. Does not look good at all. Well, Greinke would give up a home run and then walk Soto. Then he got taken out of the game, and Will Harris would go in. And remember when I said Howie Kendrick was important? Well, he still is. And this moment right here was why. Let's see the importance of Howie Kendrick.
76 against him. That's down the right field line into the corner. This ball is gone for a home run. Nationals on top. Howie Kendrick has made it 3-2. Off the pole and right.
3-2. 0.1% chance. And they're winning Game 7, 3-2, over the Houston Astros. Well, they would extend their lead, getting some insurance, 6-2. So, Daniel Hudson would come on to close the game. So, let's see how he did. Let's witness the end of the 2019 baseball season.
1 strike away, 1 out away. 3-2. Here it is! The Washington Nationals are world champions for the first time in franchise history.
You know, I remember watching this Game 7, and what I've noticed from rewatching this last out is the pure emotion on these players' faces. They remember from when they had a 0.1% chance to make it to the playoffs. They remember all of that, all the struggle. And I just hear them screaming in joy, knowing that no one expected them to do anything. And yet, they're lifting the most coveted trophy in MLB history, the Commissioner's Trophy. What an achievement. And what a series this was, and what a playoff run it was for the Washington Nationals. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I'm telling you, there's a lot of content here for you to enjoy. I talk about the Yankees, of course, but I also talk about baseball, and I have some other mini documentaries, like when I did the mini documentary on Albert Pujols, which has my most views to date, and I thank you guys for that. I did Trevor Bauer. I even did the 2017 Yankees run as well, if you want to check that out. That doesn't have an ending like the Nationals, but you know what? I guess we'll make do with what we have. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. Share this with your friends. And as always, peace.